That you love me, you posting it on the gram. And didn't know that you my mama, me, your baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, do it in no dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. Baby girl, I got plans for you. Better yet, I made plans for two. Take your time, let me admire you. And baby girl, we get it poppin' like we supposed to do. We can stop from the stairs, girl, I promise an hour. After we done with your braids, we can jump in the shower. I'll tell the world that it's yours, baby girl, that it's ours. Anything that you need in life, baby, I got you. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you to be the one time to top I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you to be the one time get tough I turn to. Girl, I really love and I do admire you. You the one that I need. Every day and night, every night and day. I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day. I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way. We have to tell it and we're getting it on. Baby girl, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, right. We can stuff on the bed, bath and beyond. Baby girl, tell me what you into. Yeah, cause every day and night, every night and day, I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day, I wanna lay your body, girl, in every single way.
Sure, I've been waiting too long for the car business under the hustle.
Wow, you get wow. You hear about the app in Liberia called Me Neither, right here?
Me neither. Well, me neither got to do anything.
Minada is a ride-sharing app in Liberia that making transportation so easy. You can download the Minada app on your phone and be able to request bike, taxi, keke, big bus, small bus all around Liberia. And the good thing about it, every time you open Minada app, Minada will always provide you your pickup address. All you have to enter is your destination address. Destination address simply means where you are going.
So I need internet service?
Yeah, you get. Of course, you need internet service. You have to be able to use your internet service and download Google Map first. Secondly, you have to go into your phone settings and turn on your location. And then you download Minida app and begin to request ride all across Liberia. We're all fighting for car and we're all standing long time on the road.
So how do I connect the drivers?
You get it very easy. The drivers will also sign up and follow the same instruction I'm telling you now. They would be able to turn on the location in the phone settings and download Google Map and download Minida Driver app. And then the moment you make a request, the driver will be able to receive your ride request. And another good thing is your family members and your friends from all around the world can be able to request ride for you in Liberia.
So how do I pay?
You get all you can pay with is your bank card, and you can pay with Lone Star or Orange Mobile Money.
Is that easy?
Yeah, that's how easy it is. You get.
So me now that transportation made easy. Oh, thank you, my brother. Let me go download my app, yeah. Hey, transportation made easy, oh.
For more information on how to download Minida app and use Minida app, you could go over to YouTube and search Minida Liberia.
Richard, why are you looking so down?
I just broke up with a long-term partner, newly single and looking to meet somebody new.
LiberiansConnect.net connects single Liberians in the diaspora and Liberians in Liberia for love, friendship, dating, and marriage. LiberiansConnect.net is a membership-only website. You will not only connect with single Liberians, but also with singles of other nationalities who want to date Liberians. A private link will be emailed or WhatsApp to you where you can download the app to use on your smartphone for easier access. Take advantage of the promotional membership package from now until December 31st, 2022. The platform is free. Membership fees renew at only $5 a month beginning January 1st, 2023. LiberiansConnect.net, private, affordable, secure, connecting single Liberians home and abroad.
LiberiansConnect.net, exclusively Liberian.
Hello, my name is Winfred Russell, and I'm running for mayor of Brooklyn Park. With my vision of one Brooklyn Park, I will continue to drive to build a city that works for every resident. It is essential to safeguard our community in ways that reflect the wants and needs of all. Brooklyn Park must be guided by its residents, business leaders, and other stakeholders who invest in its success. I want more community input to help inform critical decisions, such as how the city should approach public safety, affordable housing, public health, and economic development. My goal in the next 4 years as your mayor will be to connect the dots between our hopes for the city's future and being a good steward of public resources. You see, vision can come from many places, but smart cities realize that engaging their community members in the city governance process leads to better answers and deeper public ownership of their future. Under my leadership, Brooklyn Park will become second to none, so our peers can look to us for best practices, innovation, and inspiration. So rather than working towards benchmarks, we will become the benchmark. So for an experience you can trust, vote Russell for mayor. You can vote now at the Brooklyn Park City Hall or on Election Day, Tuesday, November 8th. Thank you.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belta, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as 500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Sayotown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
Are you in search of a credible, trustworthy, and professional real estate company? Well, your answer is yes. Realty Liberia Corporation is a solution to all your real estate needs. They provide real estate management, broker the sale or purchase of real properties, facilitate real property rental arrangements. They do property appraisals and title searches. Their effective and competent U.S. trained team boasts of over 30 years of experience working in the residential and commercial real estate space of America. They are a 100% Liberian-owned company located ideally on 4th Street Sinker in the Oregon compound. They can be reached on cell phone numbers +231 888 282 828 or 231 775 282 828. They are found on the internet at www.realtyliberia.com. Ladies and gentlemen, stop by today at the 4th Street Sinker office and tell them Henry Costa sent you. We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to everyone. It's good to be here. I feel much better today. Good morning, Bogai.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. It's good to be here this Friday. It's the weekend's edition of the Costa Morning Show, the 4th day. The month have already started running. 4 days.
All right. Yeah. November the 4th, 2022. Next month, we will be in Liberia. Very second to the last day, November 30th. Wow. I can't believe I'm saying that now, that we will be in Liberia on the 30th of December, which is next month. It's 2 months, 2 months away. 2 months away. We'll be in Liberia in 2 months. By God's grace, 2 months. Ooh. All right. So Liberia has made a pass for the first time in 5 years. This is our first pass. In the first 4 years of this administration, we failed 4 times in the MCC compact.
I know I need to spend some time to explain this to people because there are some things that you just can't say to Liberian people and just pass. Most people will not understand. If I ask you, what is the Millennium Challenge Corporation? What is it? Why is it so important? Well, it is important. The Millennium Challenge Corporation is an innovative way that America gives aid with a new philosophy. It was established by an act of legislation under President George W. Bush in 2004. The Millennium Challenge Corporation means that America does not just give aid to any country without meeting certain clear indicators. Under the MCC program, or the MCC Compact, as it is called, you have to pass a number of indicators. So you have a total of 20 indicators. You got political rights, corruption control, access to primary health care, a whole number of things, vaccination, all kinds of things. And of those 20 indicators, you have to pass the majority of them. This year, Liberia passed 12 of the 20 indicators. That's why we passed 20. Each of those areas is called an indicator. So we passed 12 and we failed in 8. So that's why we passed. Now, this is a big deal for the George Weah government because they have failed 4 times. They failed for 4 years in a row. They failed. Now, when you get MCC, when you pass on your scorecard, it's called your scorecard. So the scorecard that's out is the 2023 scorecard. It covers the period 2022. You understand? Now, the money just doesn't come to you like that. When we passed the MCC, we got MCC money when Ellen was in power. We got MCC money in 2015, I believe. We got $257.9 million. $257.9 million is what we got. That's the money we received, $257.9 million under the MCC Compact. When we received that money, that MCC money, it was managed by an office called the Millennium Challenge Account of Liberia, MCAL, the Millennium Challenge Account of Liberia. Again, as I said, I like to educate my people because most of you do not know these things and don't even brag that you do. You don't. And that's not me being arrogant. That's just me telling you the truth. So when you pass, then you have to go through a number of processes. They don't just dole out money to you. Ellen passed several years. There were several years while Ellen was in power that she passed, but she didn't get money every year. She only got money once. Let me remind you, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf only got money once from the MCC. So this government, they're celebrating that they passed for the first time in 5 years. They passed. Yeah, it's a good thing for them. It is a good thing for the country. Nobody wanted them to keep failing. Do you really think, no, not nobody. I speak for myself. I don't want them to fail. I don't want the government to fail. I want the government to succeed. Some of our people, for political reasons, they want the government to fail because that way it helps their cause. No, I want the government to succeed because when the government does well, my people that I love will do well. But unfortunately, these Sanama swines are not interested in succeeding, so they will not succeed. Now, so this is the thing. The MCC, we've passed. But if they think we're just going to get money overnight, they're mistaken because it doesn't work that way. Even when you pass, it takes time before you get a compact grant. It's called a compact grant. So congratulations to Liberia for passing the MCC for the first time in 5 years. I recall very well when they were closing the MCC office in Liberia. The program was shut down in 2021. No, it was not that. It was a program at which they were breaking ground for some kind of water and sewer extension project. They were laying a new line, water line. And George Weah was there. And the American ambassador was also there. I remember it was Christine Elder, that lady who I never liked. And she never liked me too. Christine Elder was there. And George Weah told the Americans, we had just failed that year. Our scorecard had just been released during that time. And I recall very vividly, you see, that's why my head is big and I'm proud that I can remember, because most Liberians, you don't remember things. Your attention span is very limited. Your memory is very, very limited. That's why you make the same mistakes over and over and over again. But I pride myself on being a different Liberian. My head is not big for nothing. I remember a lot of things. George Weah said there in that at that ceremony, and he was not joking. He said he wanted the Americans to send him a study class teacher. That the Americans, and we had that recording, we used to play and make mockery of him, that he wanted the Americans to send Liberia a study class teacher. Yeah, because Liberia kept failing on the MCC, on our MCC scorecard. So he said to the Americans, please send me a study class teacher. I was like, what? Does this guy know what the MCC stand for? Does he think that this is something, this is a test you go? And then he went on about how when he was in school at DeVry University, he used to sometimes study with his friends. He used to study with his tutor so that he would do. I was like, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. This guy is serious about this thing, that he wants the Americans to send him a study class teacher so that a tutor, so that he would pass this MCC test. Well, apparently the Americans sent a study class teacher for George Weah. And when I pass, so I'm sure they say his study class teacher. Now, that is how unsophisticated, your president is. When the president of the republic is saying that they should send him a study class teacher so that he can pass a test, an MCC test. George Weah probably doesn't even know what the MCC is. He got just told him, said, my man, 18 years, let me just tell you. 18 years, every year they do the test and you passing the test. He doesn't know what MCC stands for. Of course, most of our people do not know what the MCC means and how it works. So if you're thinking that they're going to give us another $257 million just because we passed now, it doesn't work that well. Sierra Leone got $400 million last year from the MCC. $400 million. I believe it was a second MCC grant, compact grant. I think second or third. But yes, but they got $400 million last year. I can't tell you, don't let anybody tell you they're going to give them $300 million now. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know whether they're going to give them money now, whether they're going to wait until the next government comes to power. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. A MCC money is not easy to access. Sit down there, let somebody tell you, say, they're going to get you $500 million. It's not easy to get MCC money. Not easy to get. It's not a regular U.S. grant. And I use that money. The MCC is managed from Washington, D.C. They got a whole MCC office. They got a director general of the MCC. They got a whole CEO of MCC. They got everything structured. It runs almost on the periphery of the U.S. government. Yo, you can't just go and talk to a U.S. government official and they give you MCC money. It doesn't work that way. You have to meet those guidelines or those criteria. Once you pass, they got to put you through another process. It takes time before the grant is approved and before the funds are dispersed. And the funds are given over a period of time. When the MCC money, $257.9 million went to Liberia, you know how many years it took? From 2015 all the way to 2021 before the funds were exhausted. To be honest with you, I rather see where the MCC money went. Money Captain was paying himself. Money Captain made sure he secured a contract for himself. Captain was being paid about $25,000 a month. Money Captain, that bugger you see so, that conceited man who loves himself more than anybody else. Money Captain was being paid around $25,000 a month. He made sure he got himself a contract. He locked the government in. He got that contract. And beside the 25,000, they were paying for this for him. They were paying for that for him. They were paying for this for him. Man, Money Captain was enjoying. He read the MCC program. Made a lot of money just sitting there. Yeah. Anyway, so here we have passed the MCC for the first time in 5 years. We passed. Thank you very much. Now we move on to something else there. What do we move on to? So they say WIA has traveled. WIA has traveled. Caesar D. Freeman, they don't call them test questions. I beg you. These are indicators. They're not called test questions. You're making the thing look, you're simplifying it and making it look, it's a test. The MCC is not a test that you sit and you can send your best student from your country to sit the test. It's not a test. I just explained to you. These are various areas or indicators on which you must perform well to attain a minimum passing grade in order for you to pass these indicators. Political rights, access to capital, ease of doing business, primary education, access to primary education, democratic freedoms, freedom of speech. These are the indicators. You have to pass. It is not test questions. No, it's not WIAC. Yeah, don't confuse it. I'm trying to educate my people here, and you want to take this into the left side because you want Alan, you know. You do not know. He who knows not, that he knows not. He's a fool. Ignore him. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let's move on. Don't fool the people. And that test question, yeah? They are performance indicators. You got to pass. Okay. All right. So we move on to something else here. I'm told the president has traveled. Of course, we are aware. He has left the country. He went to this thing here in this big talk shop in Morocco. And the president is supposed to, he made a speech in Morocco at this talk shop. I don't even care to know what it's called. You know, one of the things I'm not going to do the day I become president of Liberia is be attending all these stupid meetings. I mean, all these stupid conferences that make no importance. Absolutely no significance. I mean, I have no patience for that. I mean, I would just send my foreign minister, go give the stupid speech already. I'm not going to be going to all these stupid things. Even going to the UN every year. Every year you got to go to the UN General Assembly and stand up there and give a stupid speech that has no relevance whatsoever. Africa plays no role in the United Nations other than the fact that we're just there. The real decisions, the real power at the United Nations is held by the permanent members, the 5 permanent members of the Security Council. Every year you go to the General Assembly, you make stupid speeches, you have no impact, no effect. I'm not going to waste my time going to the General Assembly every year. No, I'm going to send the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I'm not going to go waste my time. It's absolute nonsense. You go to all these stupid talk shops, and you sit there, you make stupid speeches, you come back. It's nonsense. I really don't have patience for that. But you see, a guy like George Weah, who hardly gets invited to anything serious, and whenever the opportunity arises for him to go somewhere, he's going to jump at it. He's going to jump at it. And that's exactly what George Weah has done here. We're told that Mr. Weah has left the country for weeks. Poor guy. How long has he left the country again? It's a lot of conflicting information. How long
16 days. That's what I know about. He's out for 16 days.
16 days. Yeah. I'm told from the 1st of November to the 17th of December. Can you imagine? Do you know how long it takes? I mean, how many people this president travels with? And do you know how much it costs to maintain the size of that delegation each day? Eh? Do you know?
Yep, but they took $1 million on Costa. The whole trip is
That's
$1
what I
million.
heard. That's
Yeah.
what I heard. About $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
$1 million for 16 days. For to keep the president and his large delegation of about 40 people. Huh? That's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. So my point is, what does it bring back to the country? I'm told he's going to be attending his son's from November 1 to November 17. I mean to December 17. Wait, hold on. From December, no, Stephen Johnson, you are kidding. You cannot be right. No. You know, the point about Ibuakai, this thing has not been confirmed. Has it been confirmed anywhere? No.
The time frame?
Yeah, the duration of the president's trip out of the country. Has it been officially confirmed by the government?
Nope.
That's the point, folks. Stephen Johnson, it has not been confirmed. We don't know this for a fact. And even you cannot tell me the source. It's not confirmed. We're only hearing that he's going to be out of the country for a long time. But where is he going to be? Now, we're told that one of the things he's going to be doing is attending his son's World Cup opening match.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, a lot of they say, somebody said, Eugene Nangwe said yesterday on Spoon Talk that it's 7 weeks. You see that? Yeah. Somebody said Eugene Nangwe said it. Eugene Nangwe is very close with the president, even though he's no longer the Minister of Information. But when Eugene Nangwe speaks, he is the guy who we know is very close with the president. So that the president traveled out of the country for 7 weeks. Is it medical related? Does he need to go see his doctor? I mean, let him just tell us. Waka?
Yeah.
Is he sick? Everybody's saying the same thing. That Eugene, I didn't listen to Spoon Talk. I did not. Did Eugene Nangwe confirm it? Everybody's saying the same thing. So I believe you. Everybody says Eugene Nangwe did confirm it, that the president went to Morocco first. Then he's going to go to Egypt. Then he's going to go where else? He went to Morocco, to Egypt, and then Paris, Monaco, Qatar, and then the US in December. Okay, you know he's supposed to come to America for that event, that Democracy Summit.
Yeah.
Oh, so you mean he's not returning to Liberia until he culminates his trip in the United States with the Democracy Summit? The Democracy Summit is supposed to be on December the 9th or the 13th, one of those days. What? And we're told Eugene spoke from Morocco. He's on the delegation. So yes, it is indeed confirmed. So the president has left the country and will not be back for 7 weeks. And it's going to cost them over $1 million. Hey, Joe, yeah.
So just in Morocco, the first achievement for the government is by President. We are meeting the port manager and tour they put there in Morocco. And after that, the manager said, oh, we will come in Liberia and train some of your employees at the National Port Authority to make them get in line with our port here in Morocco. So that was the only achievement that we had in Morocco. That's the only thing I have seen on Facebook from government officials.
Wow.
That, oh, yeah.
So that's the first big achievement.
Yeah, that's the first big welcome.
With the port manager of one of the ports in Morocco.
Yeah, welcome and train your people there, and then there'll be a cordial relationship. We have been hearing this thing over and over. Every country the president goes to, we hear some of these things, and we just can see it. We just can see it happening.
People, we are in a mess. We're in a real mess. The president is not coming back until he comes to DC for that useless democracy summit that Americans are having. But by the way, I tell you, whether it's hosted by the Americans or hosted by Europeans is useless. I don't believe in talk shops. I will be one leader that will never believe going to these stupid, useless talk shops to take pictures. It's useless. They're gonna come to America and he's gonna make a 5-minute speech. Okay, that's it. Then he's gonna try to take a few pictures with some people and come back. One of the reasons why serious-minded leaders go to these things is to network. Is to get to meet people and explore and tap into opportunities to bring back home. That's why a lot of leaders go to these things, to have these sideline meetings. But George Weah doesn't know how to do these things. The boy can't even express himself well. I mean, what do you got there? You got to talk about. The man can't even talk well, you know. You're talking about networking with people. So it's a real waste. It's a real big waste. Real big waste. Yeah. Real big waste. I mean, the president traveling with this large delegation abroad for 7 weeks.
Imagine president out of the country for that length of time.
Who did he leave in charge, Parker?
The Justice Minister, Frank Musa Dean.
Okay. Frank Musa Dean. Speaking of Musa Dean, a few days ago, we told you about a case involving Mr. Joe Morba, a Liberian businessman, bona fide Liberian businessman. Joe Morba bought a piece of property on the 11th Street sinkhole from a gentleman named Mr. Eddie Flan Kennedy or something. And the old man's, one of his daughters came back he bought the property in 2011. The daughter came back in 2021, June, demolished Mr. Morba's fence that he had built, vandalized the properties there and stole and all kinds of stuff. And she was dropping Musa Dean's name around, that Musa Dean was the one protecting her. But folks, this is what I want to report to you. After discussing the issue that day on the show, I believe for 2 days we did. After that, let me tell you what the developments are. Mr. Musa Dean himself has gotten involved. In fact, to the extent where he spoke with Mr. Joe Morba himself. Musa Dean says he does not know this woman. According to what I'm told, he has reached out to assist to ensure that justice is served. In fact, I'm told Musa Dean has also instructed that legal action be taken against the company that owns the bulldozer. The bulldozer that vandalized Mr. Joe Morba's private property without a court order. Musa Dean has instructed that appropriate legal action be taken against that company, because if you run a company, and you do demolitions, one of the things that you do, and somebody comes in and say, I want to demolish this building, what would you require before you went ahead to offer your services to that person?
Documents, court order. Even a sheriff. Yeah, even a sheriff should be there because
a sheriff. Thank you.
Yeah, a sheriff should be there because there could be conflict at any point in time.
Thank you. You even need police present.
Sure.
So, somebody can come in and say, oh, boy, yeah, you got your yellow machine here. Okay, can't go demolish this place for me, and you just go and do it to pay you. No, you need officers of the court to be present. You need the documents there. You got to review it. You have to authenticate that it is indeed from the court, because people could bring document to you. So you got to authenticate. But guess what? Guess what? They did not do it that way. This company went ahead, demolished the man's property with no court order, and Musa Dean has instructed that appropriate legal action be brought against the owner of the company and the company, of course, for damages. And that is the law.
And he have even distanced himself from the lady. The lady that
Musa Dean has proceeded to say to the lawyers representing Joe Moba and to Joe Moba himself that he does not know this woman, and this woman has simply been dropping his name to scare people. Can you imagine that? And to prove it, he has instructed that serious action be taken. As we speak, friends of Joe Moba, since we discussed this issue, listen to this. They have been coming to his aid. They have been coming to the rescue. They have brought building materials. You know, he's in the construction business. He's been there for a long, long time. His friends have been coming with cement, with blocks to help him rebuild the fence. They are rallying around him since we brought this issue to the public. And so we just want to make it very clear here that this woman has not been acting with the blessing of Musa Dean. She has been using Musa Dean's name. Now, you all know I always got my issue with Musa Dean, right? But when I find out the truth, that the woman is a liar and a con artist, I will not sit there and not tell you the truth when we find out the truth. She's been lying on Musa Dean. So now that we brought it to the public, that is when Musa Dean has gotten involved to ensure that this woman does not get away with it. So we owe it to the public to come here and to tell you when we have learned the facts about something. And in this case, this woman was simply dropping Musa's name around. Everywhere she went, oh, Musa Dean, the justice minister of my friend, he protected me. She was doing that, and she got away with it so many places. But the Costa Show has exposed her, and Musa Dean has stood up. That is what we wanted to tell you, and it's very important. And we are happy for Mr. Joe Moba. He's a Liberian businessman, a hardworking, decent family man. And, you know, so this is what it is. Mr. Moba will have his property restored. His friends are rallying to his aid. And we're very happy about that. That is what we do here on the Costa Show. We fight for people. Poor man, not so poor, everybody, we fight for your rights. Now, we're going to move on to something else. The Liberty Party. The Liberty Party issue, it is not easy, the Liberty Party issue. The Liberty Party issue is a very, very serious and interesting matter. Very interesting and serious matter. So Musa Ability had been going about telling people that he was about to have a convention. The boy is brave. He was telling people that he was about to have a convention. Now, is it true that the Liberty Party, or is this a period of time, is this when they should have another convention? I don't really know. But to be honest with you, I really don't know. I'm not familiar with their constitution. Musa Ability also said that Yombly's tenure as political leader expired on which date again, Bwakai? October the 7th or the 9th?
The 10th. The 10th.
You remember we discussed it here on this show, right?
Yeah. The 10th of October, Costa. The 10th.
What was our issue when Musa Ability said Yombly's tenure as political leader had expired? What was our issue?
Our issue was that, so all the time that he been saying that he not working with Nyombly or Nyombly XYZ, so it means that he himself knew that Nyombly was still the political leader of the Liberty Party, and he was working with Nyombly.
Exactly. But Baga, you forgot to mention a key point, and you struck that point that day. The point you forgot to mention is that Musa Ability said Nyombly was expelled.
Expelled, yes.
From her position as political leader. And that nobody should recognize her as political leader.
Sure.
But then a few weeks ago, he talked to social media to announce that Yombly's tenure had just only expired. But wait now, what's the point of mentioning her tenure as political leader expiring when you, Mr. Ability, had already taken upon yourself to remove her by means of expulsion?
Expulsion, yeah.
There
was letters circulating. He posted letter on social media, you know, letting the public know that they are no longer part of the Liberty Party. Delon and other folks within the Liberty Party. So
then you come out to the same public weeks later and say, oh, her tenure just expired. So which one Matena? So your own exposure, it will not correct. You say you expelled a woman. Then you come back and say, okay, her tenure just expired. Okay, so folks, Musa Belete was actively planning to have a convention. He's hurt. He's hurting too bad right now. And I've been mocking him. Yesterday, all day, I was on him. And you know me, I'm not going to rest. Musa Belete needs to be expelled from our politics. He's a con artist. He's a criminal, a remorseless one. He does not deserve to be anywhere near a major political party in Liberia. Now, Belete is saying that he's going to a convention. Yomli Kanga Lawrence had filed a complaint on October 3rd to the Elections Commission. This complaint had not been looked into, which prompted the Liberty Party to stage that peaceful protest at the Elections Commission headquarters. Now the Elections Commission, through the senior hearing officer, Councillor Mwana Vale, has ordered Musa Belete to stand down, to desist from his plans to organize and hold a convention of the party. The boy is so brave that he was planning to hold a convention excluding Yomli and Delo and all the people loyal to Yomli in the party.
And
yeah.
Can I come in?
Yes, please. That's how big the boy is.
And for me, I won't take anything seriously from the National Elections Commission once.
No, neither would I.
Yeah.
Neither would I. Just so you know.
Yeah, once Deviator Brown Lansana is there and spearheading the National Elections
Commission. And better not be jubilating because they put a stay order on Belite's, an injunction on Belite's convention. You cannot trust this election commission.
Yeah.
You cannot trust. The elections commission, they say, my brother Ben Senvi said, election commission cannot do it. don't mind Ben. You know, sometimes we should not allow our political loyalty or our alliances to make us to embarrass ourselves. Ben was chairman of a whole political party before. Ben should know that the NEC has quasi-judicial powers. And I will break it down for those of you who do not understand what quasi-judicial powers mean. The reason why NEC has a hearing officer and lawyers can go before NEC, lawyers on both sides of the aisle can go before NEC with complaints. For those complaints to be litigated is because NEC operates like a courthouse. That's what you call quasi-judicial powers. NEC has a hearing officer who presides as the judge. The both parties, they are there, they go before the NEC, they argue. Quasi-judicial powers. So for my own brother Ben Senvi, who knows that very well, to say that NEC does not have the power to institute or to order an injunction, okay, then why is your friend Belete listening to the NEC? And Belete posted on Facebook, I said what NEC say. The law is a law. Belete knows that the Elections Commission has quasi-judicial powers. Why do you think the law says that when you have an election dispute, it has to be exhausted first at the Elections Commission before it can be taken up at the courts? That's the way the law says. The law says if you got election dispute or election grievances, those grievances have to be taken up with the Elections Commission. They must be duly adjudicated. And once the decision is handed down and one party is not satisfied, before you can proceed to the Supreme Court. So my brother Ben knows better. He's just been politically disingenuous. What the NEC has said by issuing this injunction on Belete's fraudulent convention that he was about to have. Wakai, I am told Belete was planning to make himself political leader of the party at this convention. That was the plan. Belete was about to make himself the political leader of the Liberty Party at their convention. Can you imagine that, That is what I was told. And let me tell you something. Nobody should sit here and be celebrating just because the issue is stay order on Billy's fraudulent convention that he was about to have, that Youngly didn't have won. No, the NEC cannot be trusted. The Elections Commission cannot be trusted. Because at the end of the day, even if the hearing officer rules in favor of Youngly and Mwana Vale, I'm not saying he's a perfect guy, but Mwana Vale has on a number of occasions made some very good rulings. One case in point was the Telia Ure case. Mwana Vale was the one that ruled that the Telia Ure election, that certain parts of district number 15, that they needed to rerun those areas. Mwana Vale, he did that. So Mwana Vale has demonstrated some integrity in the past. So I would not be surprised if he did that again. Mwana Vale, I have some respect for him. I have a modicum of respect for Mwana Vale, the chief hearing officer of NEC. So Mwana Vale could rule in favor of Youngly them. But when it goes to the Board of Commissioners, because that ruling has to go to the Board of Commissioners, the Board of Commissioners who overturn the ruling of the hearing officer. The Board of Commissioners serves, they pretty much mimic the Supreme Court. The hearing officer serves like the lower court judge. That's the way it works at the NEC. So now, Billy went on complaining on Facebook how they spend a lot of money to plan for their convention, and he telling his parties in there, y'all sorry, y'all get paid, all the money we spent, no problem, but we are waiting. You know, we are the party that believes in the law. You know why? Yeah, Billy talking about law. My blocking just boring me. A Musa ability. One of the worst criminals Liberia has ever produced to be talking about law. They ball who is a con artist in that crook, everybody from Europe to Africa to Asia to Liberia be talking about law. Oh my God. They think it's just poor man plot, man. Musa Belete talking about law. Musa Belete believes in law. So, next Wednesday, the 9th of November, next Wednesday, they will appear before the hearing officer at 11 a.m. Youngly, the Youngly side and the Musa Belete side will appear before the NEC on next Wednesday at 11 a.m. And the hearing will take place. It will normally, these things last for days. At the end of the day, we will know what the hearing officer will decide. We will know.
LRB.
If the hearing officer says the convention should proceed, Ability will proceed and carry on to hold his convention. But the constitution of the Liberty Party is clear. The political leader is the one that calls for convention and presides over the convention. You see that? The political leader is the one who presides over the convention. I don't know whether she will preside even now that her legal tenure has expired. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with their constitution.
I think if there was another political leader, then she wouldn't be. But I think she should be acting now up until they can get another political leader.
Yeah, of course. No, what I mean is that to preside at the convention.
Oh, okay.
The political leader is normally, according to their constitution, the presiding officer at the special sitting or at the convention. So whether she will preside over that convention or whether they will say, okay, because her tenure has expired and she's going to be participating in the convention. If they had a legitimate convention, Yomli would have to run for her position. The same thing happened with Joseph Waka. You remember, Joseph Waka went to the convention. They had it in Banga, and Joseph Waka went unopposed. So, but he had to run. He was not just anointed. Nobody ran against him. He ran on a what ballot? But still, he still ran. Because
I think we have Senator Abraham Darrell. I think he want to make an input on this issue here.
For 1 second, let me correct that.
Good morning, Senator. Good morning, Senator. You are live.
Yeah, please put me on your loading volume.
Yeah, you are live on the show. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, Henry Costa, and good morning, everybody listening to the Costa Show in Liberia, and good day. Costa, the function, office, and title of political leader has not expired by the Liberty Party Constitution. Liberty Party Constitution does not provide for 1 second where the function and office of political leader will expire unless during election year where Liberty Party is fielding a presidential ballot.
Okay.
Unless Liberty Party is fielding a presidential ballot, then we go to convention 18 months to that election to elect a standard bearer. If if we are fielding a presidential ballot and nobody applies to become standard bearer, then the political leader that is sitting, forget whether it is normally or not, the sitting political leader is the presumptive standard bearer of the party until we go to convention in an election year where we are participating on the presidential ballot. Liberty Party Constitution says after the presidential election that a standard bearer did not win, that standard bearer after 6 months becomes political leader of the party. Because after presidential election, there is no election until 6 years after. Nobody in Liberty Party should be walking around in the name of standard bearer. So after 6 months, that standard bearer who participated in the presidential election but did not win now becomes the political leader. And the political leader during non-election year is the leader of the party, the chief representative of the party, and the chief spokesperson of the party as enshrined in Liberty Party Constitution. So the tenure of the political leader of Liberty Party has not expired by the Constitution of Liberty Party.
Thank you, Senator. Now I have another question. I have a question for you, Senator Dillon. Who calls a convention and who presides over the convention of the Liberty Party?
So the national convention where we go to elect leaders and on a presidential ballot for standard bearer, all that stuff, is that convention is called either by the political leader of the party or by 2/3 of the majority of the National Executive Committee in consultation with the political leader.
So the chairman of the party does not have the
called and presided over by the political leader. The national convention at the end of every 6 years is presided over by the chairman, the national chairman, because the national convention is at the place where we go to elect a stand-up bearer. So the political leader cannot preside over a convention that he or she may have interest, a conflict of interest to preside over a convention where you may be participating for stand-up bearer. So special conventions that have nothing to do with election, special conventions called by the political leader is presided over by the political leader. National convention that is set by the Constitution every 6 years is presided over by the national chairman, called by the political leader or by 2/3 majority of the National Executive Committee.
Senator Dillon, thank you very much.
I have 2 questions for him. Senator, saying you're on the line, let me just ask you those 2 questions. The issue about you guys going at the NEC anytime next week for a hearing. Anything coming from there, will it be accepted by the Yombli Dillon faction of the Liberty Party and work along with Musa? If anything come out from there?
We went to the Supreme Court and the court reasoned that Liberty Party constitution was not what it was actually supposed to be at the Elections Commission, as backed by the Farmington MOU, and the court had us to correct it in the library of the court. Once that constitution is corrected and properly deposited at the Elections Commission, Liberty Party issues will begin to be resolved because every department will be functioning and operating within the context and confines of the authority granted under the Constitution. So all these things about fashion, Liberty Party has intra-issue. Yes, some people are showing loyalty to the chairman of the party, some standing showing loyalty to the political leader. At this point, it seems that everybody is tired of fighting, and so we are at the verge of making this party whole again. And so we who are leaders who are driving this process to reason together, we want to be a little more, careful as to what we say so it doesn't hide the process. When people have been fighting for over a year or so and sentiment flare up, it's difficult for some people to allow their sentiment and emotion to just go right immediately. There will be some firing along the way. But we who are driving this, because this is, at this point, is beyond a Liberty Party personal thing. Liberty Party in disarray or in confusion as it is doesn't help the opposition, doesn't help the country, and it only helps the George Weah gang to remain over the country. And then how do we feel after 2023 because of infighting in Liberty Party and aided and abetted by people from us as well? How do we feel if this thing perpetuates and George Weah wins the election to further hide this country? We who claim to be or are true leaders of this country, in whom the people believe and place their hope and faith, we can't run away from that kind of responsibility. Can we abort it now? Can we avoid it now? Should we do so now? Yes. And in order to do so, you got to let personal ego go, sentiments and all that stuff for the greater good. Not because you feel that you're wrong or right, but for the common good. For the common good, you let certain things go because there's a bigger picture. And that bigger picture is to remove George Weah and his gang from over this country so that we can have some hope going forward in the future.
Senator Zilla, thank you very much.
Thank you, Heaven. Thank you so kindly.
Thank you. Well, we want to thank the senator for calling in to just correct a few things for us regarding whether they should have a convention now or an election for political leaders. So there you go, Waka. The man made it clear. The political leader holds that slot until there is until the Elections Commission, until the party desires to field a presidential candidate. If the party does not intend to field a presidential candidate, then there's no need to go to a convention to elect a new standard bearer. The Liberty Party has made it clear, Waka, that they are not going to be fielding a presidential candidate in 2023. So, Yombli is the political leader until at such time the party decides in the future to field a presidential candidate. So there's one thing that needs to be said. Charlene Brumsky said it yesterday in her press conference, which I watched. She said it was her father, Councillor Charles Brumsky, who coined this phrase, political leader. That is true. Before Charles Brumsky coined that phrase, political leader, there was no such thing as political leader in Liberia. They were simply called standard bearers. But what Charles Brumsky did through the Liberty Party was that when the standard bearer participates in an election and loses, the standard bearer then resigns from that position, and then will have to continue to lead the party and in a role as political leader. So he created that particular position and nomenclature or phrase, political leader. So yes, Councillor Bromskin did that. Speaking of Charlene Bromskin, I watched her, like as I said, for 30 good minutes yesterday. And Charlene Bromskin made it quite clear that she has not said a single public statement about her supporting or taking the the Musability side. Charlene Bromskin said all she did was to simply file or submit her letter of intent to contest for representative in District 3, Grand Bassa County. That is what she did. And she said the reason she did that is strictly legal and procedural. The election laws of Liberia require that when you want to participate in an election as a candidate of a party, of a political party, you have to declare your intent first with your political party. And then it is your political party that then submits your name or your nomination papers to the Elections Commission. So she said all she did was strictly in compliance with law and the Constitution of the Liberty Party. She said she didn't say anything. And to be honest, Baga, I was kind of confused because people had been making it seem like Charlene Bromskin had come out swinging against Yombly. And I'm saying to myself, but so this is really what she said? She really did say this, that she only submitted her letter? Apparently what happened, the Musability faction leaked Charlene's letter. Charlene filed or submitted a letter of intent to run for representative. They leaked the letter because they want legitimacy from Charlene. They want to make it seem like Charlene has recognized their side. But Charlene said very clearly, and Charlene is right. Who does the NEC recognize as chairman of Liberty Party?
Musa.
Who does the NEC recognize as political leader of Liberty Party?
Nyambly.
Exactly. Even though it hasn't given her that courtesy and respect, accorded her that courtesy and respect, but Yombly is a political leader, and they know that. Now, but forget the NEC. Let's go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court recognized Bility as chairman. Even though the Yombly faction said they had removed Bility, but the Supreme Court still recognized Bility because the Supreme Court dealt with Bility and dealt with Yombly then. You see, this is a matter of law. The Supreme Court dealt with Yombly as political leader, and the Supreme Court dealt with Musa as chairman. So, whether you like it or not, it is not how we feel or what we think. The law is what's important. The institutions that work with political parties in the country, the Supreme Court and the Elections Commission, they recognize Bility as chairman. And they also recognize Yombly as political leader. So who are we to say they are not political leader and they are not chairman? No. You see? That is the thing. So it is as simple as that. So they should not have leaked Charlene's letter. They should not have leaked her letter of intent, because if she wanted it public, she would have called a press conference as she did yesterday, and she would have announced in that press conference that I have just submitted a letter of intent to the Secretary General of the Liberty Party expressing my desire and my intent to contest as representative of District Number 3, Grand Bassa County. But Charlene did no such thing. You understand? Somebody said she said on OKFM that her letter was leaked in the ANC chat room. I have not heard that. You're saying that?
I heard that. I listened to her.
Oh, you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So they leaked Charlene's letter in the ANC chat room.
Yeah,
She said
according to her, somebody
that.
from a friend of hers from the United States of America was the one that asked her, "Oh, so you supporting the Musa fashion of the Liberty Party?" She said, "What do you mean by that?" She said, "I just saw your letter in the ANC chat room, and they are celebrating that you have already declared your support for
Wait, Bagay, let me hold you there. Charlene Bromsky was on the radio when this person asked her that question.
No, she was explaining on the radio that.
Oh, she was saying this is what happened.
Yeah,
Okay,
what happened?
Yeah, so that a friend called her from the States.
A friend of hers called her and said, "Oh, so you are supporting the Musa fashion of the Liberty Party?" So she said, "What do you mean by that?" And she said, "I saw your letter that you sent to the SG. The SG is part of Musa fashion of the Liberty Party. So I saw your letter in the ANC chat room. So, and they are celebrating that you have already declared that you supporting the Musa fashion of the Liberty Party." So, and she said, "No, I'm not supporting. I'm only going by the laws. The law says I should submit my letter to the Secretary General, and the Secretary General will take it to the political leader or the chairman of the party to submit it to the NEC, declaring my intention I'm going to contest in the district number 3."
So we can safely say it is the ANC people that brought this trouble. Yeah, no. That's it. You said the woman said herself, and just what you said, several people are here saying this. She said it herself. That a friend, somebody said her cousin, she said her cousin called her from the States and said, "Charlene, what is it I'm hearing or I'm seeing? That your letter of intent to run as representative in Bassa is in the ANC chat room, and they're celebrating that you have endorsed the Musa ability fashion." And she said, "No, I did no such thing. All I did was to follow the process. I submitted my letter." So you see the ANC people, they are the ones that caused this problem. It is safe to say that they are the ones that are making this thing look like Charlene has taken a side, trying to drive a wedge between Charlene Bromsky and Yombi Kanga Lawrence. Because Charlene has not said a single word that she's supposed ability. In fact, Charlene press conference yesterday, I watched it. Charlene said she told Yombi then that she didn't support Musa, and that's true. Charlene did not support Musa ability. Just so you all know, Charlene was clear. Charlene told him, "My party die. You say you want to change the constitution, you want to do that. It's too soon." She said that. And she said people told her, "Oh, Bromsky time or that different time yet, that different regime." And so go sit down, go do the one. With they think that not Bromsky fine.
Cause she's trying her best lately, in calling for peace among the in Liberty
Charlie had
Party.
many press conferences. Waka, sorry for interrupting you. She had many press conferences. What did she do? She called for what?
She called for peace among them.
Thank you. For many months, Charlene never took any side. In fact, people expected Charlene to come to take Yombli's side or to take Billy's side. Charlene said, "No, I will not take any side. All I will try to do is to call for peace and reconciliation." Now, that's what she did for many months. We saw her press conferences. You know, in politics, people are not fair. Because you're on one side, you're not happy that person does not seem to be taking your side. You are not. So Charlene said, "I'm not taking a side." She's not taking anybody's side. She recognizes Yomli as political leader, and she recognizes Musa Ability as chairman of the party. The Supreme Court recognizes Ability as what? Chairman. The Supreme Court recognizes Yomli as what? Political leader. Even when Delon was speaking Ghana, Delon tacitly acknowledged Ability as chairman. Belete is indeed a chairman. We don't like it, but he is the chairman of the party.
Yep.
We do not like it. I don't like it. But Belete has been recognized time and again by the authorities as the chairman of the party. As sickening and as distasteful as it may be, Belete is the chairman of the party. And whether Belete likes it or not, Yomli Kanga Lawrence is the political leader of that party. And as Delon said, Yomli will be political leader until at such time the party decides to go to convention to elect a new standard bearer. The party said they're not feeling a candidate for president this year. So what does that mean? Yomli will be acting as political leader. Not acting, she is the political leader. Because they are not having convention for a standard bearer. Because they are not going to be fielding a presidential candidate. So the issue here is, it's not based on our feelings, whether you like it or not. And I hate to say the law is a law, because when I say, before somebody think I'm quoting Belete, because Belete didn't coin that damn phrase. But the fact of the matter is this. Those who are trying to make Charlene Bromskin look like she's picked a side, they have been dishonest. Whoever you are, if you're in a Yomli camp, you've been dishonest and you need to stop that. If you are in a Belete camp, you have been dishonest and you need to stop that. Charlene Bromskin has not picked a side. Charlene Bromskin has not issued a statement saying, I recognize Musa Belete over Yomli. She did not say that. All Charlene did was to submit her letter. Everybody who's going to be running or who hopes to run on a Liberty Party ticket will have to. Let me tell you something. Dylan who just hung up and Yomli, they all know this. If this crisis in the Liberty Party is not resolved before 2023, all of their legislative candidates, all of their legislative aspirants, like my brother Prince Stolz, who wants to run in district number 8, Montserrat County, on the ticket, and Prince Stolz is the vice chair for operations of the Liberty Party, a hard-working guy. Prince Stolz would not, and he's loyal to the Yomli fashion. And I hate to say fashion, but I'm sorry to say, but it is fashion. Yomli controls what, 97%? Belete controls 3%. I give Belete 3%. But what I was saying, but a fashion, one of the small fashion, one of the infinitesimal fashion, but Belete does have a fashion. That is the fact of the matter. Now listen, Waka. They know this, and Dylan knows this. Dylan will not publicly tell you this. But they are hoping that they can resolve this issue before elections, because here is what's going to happen. They have a lot of strong Liberty Party people. Take Priscilla Abraham, for example. What's her full name again? How the hell am I forgetting the young lady's name? She wants to run in district number 5. Where my friend Mo Ali, where my brother, not friend, my brother Mo Ali is trying to run, right? She has been doing a lot of work there. We know that. She's going to be running on a Liberty Party ticket, or she's hoping that she runs on a Liberty Party ticket. And Priscilla is, Priscilla Abraham Cooper, right? Priscilla Abraham Cooper. Priscilla is a stalwart of the party. Priscilla is an executive committee member the last time I checked. She's not just some member. She's an executive committee member. Now listen to this, Waka. For Priscilla to run, Priscilla is not going to run. She's not going to want to run as an independent candidate. No. Priscilla will want to run as a Liberty Party candidate in district number 5, Montserrat County, the district that Thomas Fowler currently represents. So they know very well that if they don't resolve this dispute in their party before 2023, they know that all the candidates, all the aspirants desiring and aspiring to run would be in trouble. A Liberty Party person, Stowart, told me this in confidence. He said, my man, I'm worried about our candidates or our aspirants. Because if we don't fix this thing with Musa, and we don't fix this thing here, there will be trouble. Because Musa will not submit their names, because the law is clear. The law says that the chairman can submit names of candidates to the Elections Commission. Okay.
So for the question, my question to you, do you think it can be fixed? Do you think it can be fixed?
Anything can be fixed. Who want to war with each other? Everyone will face it. What did you see Musa Belede write on Facebook last night? Let me go read
I think from my end,
Belede might be realizing that things are looking bad for him. But listen, this is what Belede wrote on Facebook.
Costa, I think from my end, for it to be fixed, it will be very hard because they are already,
it is not impossible.
They are already mindset that Musa from his end.
It is not impossible. It can be fixed. It is not impossible. But I agree with you. It will be hard. Dylan said it himself. There's a lot of bad blood. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It will be hard. But it can be fixed. Okay. No wahala. Now get solution. Every wahala gets solution. Every trouble can be fixed. It will be difficult.
Yeah. All right. Okay. He said it can be fixed. My point here is that Musa want to, or have already declared that he will support Mr. Cummings.
No, that one will be cancelled. The only way they can fix it, let me tell you something. Mr. Cummings will be the loser. If Youngly and Belete face their thing, Cummings will be the loser. Just like the man who want to get trouble in the house, like you don't want to before you go. Hold on, you don't want all the choo.
Yeah, I just want to finish. Then you can just finish. You can just come on.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, so
because that's why you mentioned it's sweet. I want some. It's too sweet.
So I want to know if Musa will let go of the Cummings side of the political.
He will be compelled to
marriage.
And,
okay, and then the second thing here is that Musa okay, Costa, Musa is working, or Musa is in bed with the government, making sure that things shouldn't work within the opposition. So if Musa just agree that, yes, let us smoke the peace pipe, you know what next coming for him, right?
Hey, God, you mentioned another thing, you barbecue. But they're trying to go away to show that they think it not be fixed. Oh, one people the barbecue. But listen. If Youngly and Belete fix this problem in their party, or the Youngly side and the Belete side, if they fix this problem, Cummings will be the loser. And Cummings will be so embarrassed. And Cummings will be hurt by it politically. Here is why. Everybody knows already. Do I need to say it? Cummings, as someone who aspires to be the leader of the country, should never have gone into bed politically with Belete whilst Belete's party is in a crisis. Cummings should have never done that. Are you there, Bagai?
I'm here. I'm listening. Into the trap. Yeah, I think so. We're trying to reconnect with Costa there in the US. I think it's from his end. But I just saying all of these things because getting or going in bed, coming up with smoking a peace pipe between Youngly and Musa, there are a lot of things attached. And if Musa just said today and say, okay, let us smoke the peace pipe, it means that there will be a lot of things coming towards him. The role form, we can't hear about it anymore. And why we are not hearing about it, because Musa have been taxed to destabilize the opposition. That's the tax. So if you go about destabilizing the opposition, we will not come at you, or will not ask you for the role fund. So if Musa just say yes, I agree, let us smoke the peace pipe between I and Nyombli within the Liberty Party, or let me agree to whatsoever Nyombli and Dillon says, it becomes different thing. It becomes different thing. So all we pray for here now is that if there will be a peace pipe smoke between the both faction, then the trickle-down effect from the both end, they should get ready for it. Musa will not want to go to court because of the money. Musa will not want to, let go of his support for Cummins because they have already agreed on certain things. And if he just go off the marriage between he and Cummins, it becomes different thing. But now, the coming in of Charlene Mother, and other folks within the Liberty Party now saying that, oh, let us come together and agree that we should have a, let's just come up to one understanding so that the Liberty Party can move forward. What becomes of Musa? Yeah,
All
because
right. Bagai, yeah. Can you hear me? I'm back.
Yeah, you're live.
So, Bagai, here is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the issue. Bagai, you are making some good points. But look, it's going to be hard to make peace because Bility is deeply compromised.
Mm-hmm.
Bility got a spot up. Bility got one foot in the Cummins camp and he got the other foot in the WI camp.
Mm-hmm.
How does Bility unencumber himself? I like that word, unencumber. It means to break himself free from the tentacles and the shackles that he finds himself in. He's in a bind, the bookman would say, a bind. So Bility is beholden to Jowia. Jowia got Bility B in your hand, a B. B-A-G, the B. Jowia got Bility B in your hand like that. When I say B, everybody understand what B mean, right? B. Now,
yeah.
He got Bility B in your hand. Then Cummins got Bility. What part of Bility Cummins coming holding? But it's easier for Cummins, for Bility to
let go of Cummins, to let go of Cummins.
To the curb, as the American man would say. It's easier for him to kick Cummins to the curb than it is for him to release a B from Joey Pan. A B giant Joey Pan. A Joey wants to squeeze Bility B right now, he can squeeze Bility B. And Bility go, yeah. Joey can be all the way in Morocco. Joey in Morocco right now, he can squeeze Bility B from right there. All Joey needs to do, you just need to call the person, say, y'all go for the road from money. The 4.4 million. So listen. So the issue here is, my brother Banisaki Ilami, Joey got be in here. Bility owes millions to the country that Georgia is protecting Bility from paying. $4.4 million in a row from when Bility stole the money. You see, Bility is not a debt, it's theft. The difference between a debt and theft is simple. You can say debt. No, it's not debt. The B in that word is silent. And don't even tell me say pronunciation varies. No, the D is D-E-B-T. D-E-B-T. The B. What are that? In every single dictionary, that B is silent. Don't ever say debt. It's debt. D-E-T. It's pronounced as D-E-T. Now, listen. The difference between a debt and theft, which means to steal something, is this. When it is a debt, it is something that you came to owe me through legal means. It's a debt. Maybe I loan you some money and you are yet to pay back, or you owe taxes that you have not paid. That is a debt. But in Bility's case, it is theft. What is theft? We have a road fund law. The law says every importer that imports petroleum product, when you bring the product in country, the government levies 30 cents on a gallon of gas and 30 cents on a gallon of fuel, diesel fuel. You who running PST, product storage terminals. Ability and his partner then running that tank farm, right? Now Ability took it over from them through the crooked means. When you collect the money, the road fund money, because you are the one running the tank farm, you are the one in your tank, the importers are storing their products. When you collect that money, what do? You take the money, you give it to the government. You remit the money. I want to mean by you remit. You collect 5 million, you remit. You collect 3 million, you remit. That is money that you don't keep for yourself. All LPRC collects the money, they remit the money to the Road Fund Authority. Ability there, Connex, they run their own tank farm too. They collect, they remit. When it got to our man Ability say the money here, I will collect it and I will eat it. My people are about bravo. The government tank storage farm. LPRC like just storage facility. LPRC collected the money, they gave it to government. Ability collected the money, he ate the money. $4.4 million. Then Ability started arguing. Ability said, in fact, we're not supposed to be paying road for the high about bravo. The high about bravo. So what Ability did is a criminal offense. It's not a civil matter. They're not debt case to say, oh, let's carry Ability to the debt court. Let me show Ability pay the debt he owes the government. No, Ability does not owe a debt to the government. Ability stole from the government. You know how they call it? Ability transfer public property to private use because government considers, before in the law, they consider money to be a property. Ability converted public money to private use. The money that belongs to the government that he collected from the importers, totaling $4.4 million US Ability collected his zwaki. You call that debt? It is not debt, it is stealing. It is stealing. So what Ability did, Ability committed a crime. And everybody heard about it. Everybody knows about this, including Cummings, who decided that he's a change agent. He took a man who stole from the Republic. He took a man that stole from the entire country. And he said, that man, I'm a political ally. I will work with him to change the country. So John Weir knows Ability did this. They got the evidence Ability did this. Ability now has to pay the 4.4 million. Ability, you won't pay no 4.4 million to the government because Ability collected all the road for money and ate it. So what's happening now? What's happening, folks? Guess what? If Ability withdraws from CDC, from the arrangement he has with George Weir, Ability will be in trouble because all the things they have on Ability, they will come calling. Ability would have to pay the $4.4 million. Then Ability is also neck deep in the whole provisional lifting scandal. Ability took millions and millions of dollars worth of petroleum products from other importers and sold the products on the promise that he has vessels coming. And those vessels never came. Ability never replenished or replaced those products that he provisionally lifted and sold. Ability trouble that for right. What Ability owes in terms of provisional lifting, in terms of the theft of $4.4 million in road levies, in terms of the non-performing loans he owes to commercial banks, Ability is in the hole for over $30 million. Waka. Over $30 million United States dollars, Ability got it hanging around his neck. Ability is one of the worst crooks you can think about. Okay, forget FIFA. FIFA money was not plenty. It's just $500,000. For Musa Ability, there's not no money for him. Because they bought all Liberia for, they bought stole $4.4 million from Liberia through the road levy, the roof and levy. And the thing about Ability issue, everybody, now what people say Ability making medicine. Everybody knows Ability is a dirty, nasty rogue. But yet some people are willing to work with Ability. You know what? it tells me a lot about anybody that is willing to work with Billy. And I'm going to say this. That's why I was particularly disappointed when the people in Liberty Party were willing to work with Musa Billy. It disappointed me. It broke my heart. My heart is still broken today. Because to work with a male ability, a Musa Hassan ability, I gotta go take some calls, man. So that's the problem. That's why for ability to agree to make peace, it will not be easy, Bogart. Because
it will not be easy. That's my point, Costa. Yeah, it will not be easy. And even if they smoke the peace pipe now, tomorrow it becomes another thing, because Costa, who will they support? That's another question. So it will be the open. Nobody should support any political leader or any other political party on the party's name or with the party's name. That's me. When you go to support a person, you shouldn't care about the party, and you should go as an individual.
No, the party can operate. The party has
Costa,
listen to me. If they go, Bogart, just listen to me. When if Billy stops with this, all these crooked shenanigans, and the government stops helping Billy, and Yombly takes control of the party, Yombly has the influence to carry the party the way she wants the party to go. The majority of the executive committee in the party stands with Yombly. The majority. That is the truth of the matter. Me, I like to be fair. So, Billy knows that. When Billy say the EC on his side, like that, about 11 people. Liberty Party has about 36 EC members. Billy only got 11 or 12. Are you listening? Billy only got people that Wade Power who work in your office. Wade Power, that is the deputy chief shenanigan officer. All the crocodile Billy to doing, Wade Power is a part of it. Then she can Alex, she's so clean. Wade Power is the worst, nastiest hypocrite you could ever meet. She helps Billy with all the crocodile Wade Power hand inside. But let Wade Power start talking. You'll be thinking, say, hey man, that woman clean talking. She just keep having a few days. But she is Billy's CEO. She runs Billy's criminal enterprise. But Wade Power acts as though she is squeaky clean. I can't stand the ground she works on. You know, for Billy does not pretend. Billy is a criminal. He does not hide it. Everybody knows Billy is a crook. That's why me and Billy, you see, for me, I'm just different. If you are a criminal, I stay far away from you. I'm not going to pretend that you and myself are friends. And some of my friends who are friends with crooks, and they ain't got problem with it, I got problem with you. If you are my friend, and you are friendly with criminals, and you are cool with them, and you're okay with them, you don't see what they do, I begin to reevaluate my friendship with you. Because if you are comfortable with criminals, you are comfortable with them, Edwin Snow, Musa Ability, bad people then that your buddies, then as I say, okay, okay, I'm watching you. Because I don't like bad people. It's just me. I don't care what the consequences are personally for me, but I just don't like bad people. I stay as far away from them as possible. So listen to me. So you got Wade Power, who is the CEO of Musa Ability's company. She's the one can do all the babatiti there for Musa Ability. And when Wade Power read the thought, tell her, God just sent one female angel down from heaven. But Wade Power will sound tell her, God just sent her down from heaven in a few days to come to fix everything that's wrong on earth. But she is the chief executive officer of the criminal tycoon Musa Ability. All the times Musa Ability has crooked his business partners for the entire period of time that she has been with him, Wade Power has been the one spearheading every operation. Musa Ability pays her very well. The last time I checked, when Wade Power was appointed CEO several years ago, Wade Power makes about $78,000 a month. That's her legitimate pay, but I'm sure all the other Dirigba thing that Musa Belede doing that's inside eating. So me, I cannot stand hypocrites. I cannot stand hypocrites. I can't. I just can't. You can't be involved in crooked G and then you act like you good. Musa Belede does not hide his own. He's very, very clear. Musa Belede is a criminal. FIFA says he's a criminal. If FIFA game playing that ATSP, if FIFA were having a small community game right in your community on your live by your fee, Musa Belede is banned for 10 years from going to watch that game. He cannot go there. Any football game at SKD or ATS that is FIFA, that's held under the umbrella of FIFA or under the auspices of FIFA, the LU board and letter was Steven Johnson there. They've made it redundant and cliched. Any football game under the auspices of FIFA, whether they playing there, whether a freetown ball, whether a freetown ball tournament, Musa Belede cannot go to see that game. It is as simple as that. So that's it from me. If you are too comfortable with crooks, I keep my distance from you. Too comfortable. I'm not saying you can't be on speaking terms with them. You can talk to them from time to time. But if you consider them your buddy, I got a problem with you. Why the power Galaxy says you run for representative? Of all the districts in Maserati County, why they decides to run for representative in West Point of all places? Something wrong with it. Look, West Point. Let me tell you something. The people in West Point, most of them, not all of them, the people in District 7, we beat CDC mercilessly in 2019 and 2020 to make Dillon senator and to re-elect him senator. We could not turn West Point. Thomas Fowler ran for senator when they thought they could take the seat back from us using Fowler. They believed him to be a stronger candidate than Polita. We beat Thomas Fowler mercilessly in District 5. The district he is the incumbent representative of. But we still could not beat CDC in West Point. The people in West Point, most of them, not all of them, have resigned themselves to the belief that George Weah is their savior. There is absolutely nothing you could almost do about that. Newton and West Point. You come to me, you say, you my friend, you are running in those districts, you're not running for CDC ticket. I would just laugh at you. Because those people, they believe that their mothers brought them into this world, that they exist to give George Weah power so that Weah enjoys why they suffer. When a man does not have value for his own existence, does not place a premium on what he is entitled to as a citizen of a country operating in that democratic space, the most diehard seditions are in West Point. That is a district that Wade Powell wants to represent. Go ask Musa Dean. Musa Dean ran for representative in District 7. You know who beat him? Solomon George. Solomon George beat Musa Dean le market dog. Solomon George is nobody compared to a bona fide, accomplished, wealthy, relatively wealthy
West Pointer.
No, man like Musa Dean.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm comparing here Musa Dean. Musa Dean ran before becoming minister. Musa Dean ran. You say I'm indirectly campaigning for CDC? You are all right. I'm telling you the fact. Don't waste your time in West Point. 2023 election, Joe Bugger, we're not going to go to West Point. We're going to waste our time there
No.
for.
Cause now, okay.
You don't go to West Point, you will lose. You don't
Costa,
regular campaigning for CDC. Something wrong with you, and I think about your understanding limited. No, Bugger, wait, let me address this person. You cannot win CDC in West Point, Nuku Town. Now, here is what is happening, however. Their strength is slowly reducing or diminishing in those places.
Yeah, but that was my point.
But guess what, Bugger? It's still very, very tremendously overwhelming. The people in West Point feel they exist to vote for Jowia. And anything that Jowia puts forward, anything including chicken, including puppy dog, including roach, they will vote for it. A CDC puts a roach on the ticket for West Point. For District 7, West Pointers, in their majority, would vote for that roach or that chicken. Don't waste your time there. That a district-wide power wants to run. Go ahead, Bugger. Make your point.
Yeah. Me, I was just thinking about the 2007 elections, the result from there, and the 2009 and 2020 elections, because there was the margin were in the scene again when they don't contest it.
Can I say something to you? When Jowia ran for election in 2005, do you know what margin he won Grand Jita by? Or with?
No.
97, I think 97%. Ellen came to power, did some things in 2011 when they ran with Winston Totman as a political leader. You know what margin they won with?
No.
I think 91 or 92%. In 2017, when Jowia got elected president, do you know what margin Jowia won Grand Jita with? About 94, 95%. The highest margin in the entire country from Grand Jita County. Most crime people believe that Jowia owns them. When I say it, they get insulted, but it is the truth. They behave as though Jowia owns them. The Crown people cannot show you anything that Jowia has done for them, but the Crown people will vote for Jowia any day. One of the places we're not going to waste our time to campaign is in Grand Jita County. But let me tell you something. The Crown people vote for Jowia more than his own crew people vote for him. Which county is Jowia from? Grand Crew. Jowia did not vote. The Grand Crew did not vote for Jowia as did Grand Jita. Look, I say he will get 95% in 2023. But Jowia will overwhelmingly win those people. Look, forget the Southeast. There are a lot of Southeasterners I know who do not vote for Jowia, yes. But the majority of the Southeasterners vote. The only thing that makes me happy about the Southeast, they not get plenty of votes. Nimba County alone got more votes than the entire Southeast. Bugger, listen to me. Take Grand Crew, Grand Jita, Maryland County, River G. Nimba County has more votes than all of the counties combined in the Southeast. So in this country, when people when they are campaigning, there are certain states the Democrats hardly spend money. There are certain states, equally, vice versa, the Republicans hardly spend money and spend time because they know they will not win those states. They will not win. So they're not even going to try. Once every now and then, there's a political upset. Something changes. Something happens. But it is not easy for people to change their voting habit, their voting pattern. So the people in the Southeast will vote for Jowia only because he is a Southeasterner. It's all tribalism. tribalism. I got my papa here, DFS saying, who will cut into we have votes next year. My papa from Granger. My papa. He's a prominent son of Granger County. But guess what? What my papa DFS saying, he's just talking it, but he knows that he kings men. When a crown was each other, look, Mama to Kane, don't hear you here. When the people go vote, all the things they're suffering. Granger Naga Guru. George Weah has done nothing for the crown people. These people have shown we are nothing but love. The crown people love George Weah, they love George Weah, they love George Weah. But what has George Weah shown? What has George Weah done for the crown people?
Nothing.
Nothing. George Weah has done nothing for these people. The road to Granger is still very bad. The crown people love this boy. It's just a woman love man, the man I love the woman. My man, you wait, man. Some of you just talk, but you just talk based on emotion. And you batakoli. You say, my man, they won't want to be this town. You say that immoral. Go Granger County. The people attacked Yeke Koluba in Granger. They wanted to physically kill Yeke. For who? For who business? Boy,
George Weah.
for George Weah business. All the other counties, Yeke went Maryland County. Did they attack him there?
No.
Okay. The only county that attacked Yeke and wanted to kill Yeke was Granger County. That thing was an embarrassment for Granger. My own big brother Abraham Kennedy was embarrassed. Even though my big brother Abraham Kennedy is a businessman, but he was forced to issue a statement. But it was the right thing to do. As a prominent son of Granger, he issued a statement to say to his people, look, this is not how you do politics. You say what? My boy, you know what's all the want to do the Yeke? But you know watch the video?
Yeah.
What were they booing? No, they were not booing Yeke. They took weapons, stakes. They smashed the car. What? You never saw it? We witnessed it. Those people would have killed Yeke. They would have killed Yeke because of the way Yeke speaks to George Weah. You know it. It's one thing when people boo you, but they kill viciously. Even for men like me, going to Granger, I will be careful. I have a son who mother comes from Granger County, Basson District, the largest district in Granger. But for men like me to go Granger, I will be circumspect to even go to Granger County. This is how Granger people have made us feel. That we are not, when they did that to Yeke, to be honest with y'all, how can I go to Granger County? Me, I know me, I will tell you the truth. Maybe when I go here, I will carry your son. I will put him in front. I will carry Henry Costa Jr. He got your crime blood. He's a crime. He got crime blood in him. Granger needs to behave. You can't love one man so much so that you turn the rest of the country against you just for one man business. That man coming to leave power. What becomes of Granger? What has Granger benefited from George Weah? We know what Samuel Doe did for Granger. Yes, we know. But what has George Weah done for y'all? You think all your votes are given to the ball? Nothing. Yo, when I'm going Granger, I will make an announcement. I carry your son, Henry Costa Jr. will be in front. He's from Basson District. Basson District, that I play grandma from. Hey, grandma is Mata Paul. Mata Paul from Basson District. You go harm your son. You see, we are all Liberians. we should not let politics divide us like that. Yeah, I will lead that song with them. One thing about it, they love their own brother. They could never possibly harm him. They could never do anything to him. We have to not let politics make us like that. Because you see, look, let me tell you something. One thing I can say to you. I can say this to you. When we take power, some people will be there telling us, oh, they will be telling the president, Mr. President, don't get no grandchildren job, those are easy, no. People like us to be in the room. And Joe Walker is not that kind of person. He's not divisive. Joe Walker will never listen to divisive nonsense. Nobody will make Joe Walker do anything against the people of the Southeast because they did not vote for him. He will never do that because that's not who he is. Joe Walker does not believe in that kind of nonsense. I mean, I know good friends of mine that I love, big brothers, good people from Grand Jita County. Grand Jitas are good people. Grand Jitas are good people. But their love for Opo, they're not eating. But let's take some calls there before we go. Today, Friday. So let's take about 5 calls. Then we'll go. Okay. Let me tell you something why I will do the Grand Jita County. This is my plan for the future. When God blesses me, I will tell you my plan for the future. When I have power, it doesn't just mean political power, even economic power. My plan is to disarm the Grand Jita people. I'm going to tell you what my plan is. I'm going to disarm the Grand Jita people. Disarm the Grand Jita people by doing things, real things for the people of Grand Jita, to empower them, to lift them up, to make them feel important, to play a meaningful role in their country, to not be treated as a nominal group or ethnic group, to empower Grand Jitans, to elevate them, to show them dignity and respect, so that Grand Jitans will let down their guard, that protective wall that they have, that because we are kingsmen of Samido, so people treat us like this. You see, let me tell you something. The reason Grand Jitans behave like that is because Grand Jitans suffer because of Samuel Keto. They suffered. Grand Jitans suffered. Not all Grand Jitans in Joe were president. Not all Grand Jitans. Most Grand Jitans did not benefit directly from Samuel Keto, but they suffer when the war came. They killed Grand Jitans. Grand Jitans suffer unfairly too. They suffer. So when a people, and I know this because I'm a student of history, when a people feel oppressed and marginalized and suppressed, they become very protective. They hold together. They become very skeptical of everybody else around them. It's the same thing with the Jewish people. The Jewish people suffered the Holocaust. 6 million European Jews were annihilated. So the Grand Jita people feel that they are not protected. They feel unsafe. They feel insecure, and they got the right to feel that way. So you know what you do to somebody like that? You embrace them. And don't do it pretentiously. Do it genuinely. Open your arms to them. You know when to open your arms to them? I run for office. They vote against me. Then I go to Grand Jita after I win. Then I say, my people are here. You didn't vote for me, but are your son. They believe that you believe that we love you. I'm here to show you that I love you. Prioritize them. Fight for them. Improve their economic well-being. The way Grand Jita will love you. They will open their arms to you. You will not even believe it. When they reject you, you embrace them. You show them love. Sometimes people reject you because they don't trust you, Waka. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf could have done that. Ellen did not do it. The grandchildren hate Ellen for the right reason. Yeah, Ellen never brought a war. Then the grandchildren died. They got right to hate her. But look at me. My father bring war, my mama bring war. So the day I have power, even if a grandchildren vote for me, I will go to Grandchildren County. Will make Grenadians will feel a part of the whole. Grenadians will not have to buy one bag of red for 30% higher the price than we buy in Monrovia because of bad road. We'll fix the road. We'll build large warehouses in the southeast so that we can move rice there. Then we'll have small, what the thing he said, they call it ferry. The ferry can be hauling rice and hauling provisions. We'll empower the people in Grandchildren and the southeast so that they can sit there and say, yeah, finally, we can let our guard down now and we can be free. Grandchildren hold their heart. You see why they're quick to feel like somebody is against them? Because they are a people who suffered. They suffered because of their because they share the same bloodline with Samuel K. Doe. They suffered. So that's why they behave the way they behave. You see why they love Jawia? They love Jawia because they feel that, okay, at least we know that a Grenadian can be president now, but Samuel K. Doe, that was Jawia pa. So Jawia our own. But when you, and I will tell this to Joe Biden when he becomes president. We have to disarm the people of Grandchildren County. Disarm them of their fear. Disarm them of their apprehension. Disarm them of their distrust. Disarm them of those things. Open your arms to them. Show them you love them. Grenadians will be for you. You will not believe it. They will be for you. But this attitude where, because Grenadian does not vote for you, when you come to power, when they talk about development, your women look, they look around, posted on there, they never voted for me. You are perpetuating this sense of distrust that's held by the Grenadians. When you win Grenadians over, and Grenadians are lawyers, so they are so loyal. They are loyal to a fault. When crime man love you, love you. When crime man say for you. I know how to win the Grenadians. Don't expect to win their votes now. But after you lose their votes and God blesses you, you come to power, go and win the Grenadians over. They will be for you. You know, I'm a student of history. Nelson Mandela did the same thing in South Africa when he became president. The white people were afraid. The white people were scared. They were like, let me come and do retribution. They come and go after, or they come and do their 1 year. The same thing with the Mandingo people. The Mandingo people feel that the rest of the population treats them like they are not from Liberia. I will treat the Mandingo people the same way like I will treat the Grenadians. Disarm them of that. Make them feel Liberia for you, the other way for us, and for all of us. But once you treat people like the way they expect you to treat them, they will never trust you. They will never be for you. So, my mission is Operation Disarm Grenadians. Disarm them of their fear, disarm them of their mistrust and distrust, disarm them of their skepticism, and embrace them. That is what I will do. And I pray Joe Biden does it when he's president. If he does not, and I become president one day, I will do that. Disarm the Grenadians. Bring them on board as a part of the whole. Bring them on board. Don't let them feel like, those people on our side. No, don't do that. You treat them like that, you push them further away. But let's take those 5 calls and we'll call it a day. Just five calls.
All right, just 5 calls, like you heard, Costa. 5. We take 3 from down here, 2 from the diaspora. So that's 077-0102-102-886-010383 555 102 102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 We'll take the first local call. Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Good morning to you. Welcome. Good morning to Pedro. Hello. My name is Sheikh Bidin and I joined from Financial Insurance.
Go ahead.
You know, when it comes to Birete and women's issues, they say boys of the state are not flying together. The reason why Musa Birete will not support Mubaka, and the reason why Mubaka will never accept Musa Birete support is because Musa Birete is a criminal. Even if you have an election, you support Mubaka and it comes to power, you'll be prosecuted. They don't let him go free. They get the same as the other guy who will come and not survey, who can be also say all kind of funny things. These are people that put me down. That's the associating himself with. You know, they not the mess we apply for, you don't got the message. Because Kumi, the message is the message. The message is very bad. If only a happy message Kumi becomes president, one for in this country, the man do whatever judge they have. Seriously.
All right.
And again, I think let me just conclude. You know, when you come back, I really love the way you dealt with water power. You know, the last time this is the one other funny they call Moran Yakuda who attacked you for your own sponsor saying that you don't respect ladies. You know, when any woman feel that I'm meant, you treat them like men. And any one of them would come in. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's
One
go
more
to
call.
and take the says Evangeline. Good morning. Welcome. 1 minute.
Good morning, Boaka. Good morning, Costa. Regarding Grand Gide, when Yeke went over there, those young scouts that don't really know what's going on, they did wrong. We all spoke against it. JB during 2017 election, he went all the way to Nesido village. So we are not against JB. Who and the person that make it clear and known to the whole world that she doesn't like the Crown people was Ellen. So that resentment was right in our brains when 2000 election came on, and we like, okay, saying you don't like us, we're not supporting your party, and that's what happened. But it's not we're not stupid or we're not wise enough, or because you feel that we don't have enough vote, so you're going to even like the other radio station, they will call all the other county and they will isolate us, and these are the things. So I'm happy that Oben Boakai is smart enough to embrace the people from the southeast and don't isolate them the way Ellen did us.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Let's take Big Brother James Akwe from the diaspora. Good morning. You are live with us.
Yeah, good morning, and Pedro. And let me just say this, squeeze this in real quick. You know, and Pedro, one of the reasons why some of us really support, and Joseph Boakai when he served as vice president, in his entire office, there was one person there from Foya. And this was a man who was always afraid of losing his job. You see? So he's not someone who is somehow, tribalistic and the rest of it, and you just said it right. So yes, again, let me say, happy pre-birthday and belated birthday to me. And let me say many thanks to my own sister, my Zoe, my mother, my Kubo Akwe, and every one of them, everybody who wished me well. Thank you very much, Pedro, and thank you very much, Boakai. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take two more local calls, then we call it a quit here on today's edition of the Costa Morning Show. Just two more from back home here. 0770-102-102, 886-010-383, 555 102 are the lines. Like I said, we take, let's see if we can get this person. Okay, we just mess up on our caller, but we take this one. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah, your name is joining us from?
Thank you so much.
Go ahead quickly.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't know. I just don't know what happened to your line, Paco. Let's take Momo the Critical Johnson on this line. Momo, good morning. Welcome.
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome, Momo. You're live.
I got to radio there. Salaam alaikum, Pedro.
Walaikum salam.
Go ahead. You're live.
Thank you. I'm on my way to the mosque, Momo Critical Johnson. I'm dead constrained to call because I heard about one with power who is being criminalized. But let me say this from West Point. And mind you now, I lived in West Point for a complete 11 years. Whether power have no space in the township of West Point, percentage is number 7. So I think you can look at different districts to go to. But quickly, we look and pray and hope that the Liberty Party headed by Yominika Lawrence resolve all of their internal issues, but we will continue to remain resolute to make sure to stand for better justice in Liberia. And leader, we don't know who President we are left out for the past 9 or 8 weeks he will be out. So please tell all of customers that let us tell who President we are left out with.
Thank you.
Musa Dio for 7 weeks.
Yeah, Musa Din is in charge. So we'll take one more person on this line.
The
Good
last
morning.
caller. And we
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Welcome. You're anywhere joining us from?
Yeah, my every guy, brother, calling from the Oral Club. Yeah, actually, I really enjoy you guys analysis this morning pertaining the criminal you call Musa Belisi. These are guys that son of every judge say that trying to score our policy on a serious note. I enjoy my hero Costa this morning. You really make my. I applaud you. One thing, how are you, my hero? May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that's our last call, of course.
Yeah, folks. Thank you very much. We should, this is the end of the show. We've been here much longer than we normally get. So I just want to say thanks to every one of you for watching and listening and calling in. God bless you and have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.